Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Jannatul Huria. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP, a pure non-profit organization, is a social and ISO certified educational and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already served 35 million knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals IGP and ISO 9001, 2015 and 10,000 to 2018 is the training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skill just by acquiring formal education, so we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through respective campus, location, and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational and independent institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human life. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, course hours, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and word knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids Learning Game website, free course, converter sites, and many more. We help to empower youth to learn to meet their expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth learners and by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is a crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practiced methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation early. To lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity, IGP members are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skills, levels, and field. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,561 webinars successfully. Wow. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,561 webinars successfully. Wow. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and Malaysian, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On the website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all of your previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for once with your profile information. Note that with your profile information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatched data, you can do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace live. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificates. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you passed, you will receive your certificate. Otherwise, not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all of your previous certificate, speaker share certificate. If you are a host of an IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated in any web function which organized combined supported IGP, you can download that also. We can instantly prepare and download 18 types of instance certificates from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020. Certificate of Achievement Knowledge IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020. Certificate of Participation of English Response Authentic Assessment in Teaching and Learning. Certificate of Participation of English Response Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment. Certificate of Participation of English History Digital Classroom Engagement Tool. Certificate of Participation of English Series for the New Trends in Education. Certificate of Participation of English Series 5 Upskilling Organization Leadership and Managerial Skills. Certificate of Participation English Series 6 Trends and Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation in English Series 7 Research and Comprehensive Ethics. Certificate of Participation in English Series 8 Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Arts. Certificate of Participation in English Series 9 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics. Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador. Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download it in a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificates. Teaching tips for teachers, help tips for parents, help tips for teams. Gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium service website for free and many more. Dear IGP villagers, we promised previously, but lack of technical issues, we are late sending you on time. This is a very great opportunity to collect your previous credentials. We solved all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, and everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all buttons and pages on our website. Surely, I can say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. At present, we are going to start our 1562 program name based journals for research publication. And our today's speaker, Ma'am Atika Kumala Devi, SPD, CPBA. Before I hand over to the uh, stage to Ma'am, want to share a very little bit about our speaker. Linguistics project manager in research development and the institution lecturer career development institute. Now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello,
Hello,
ma'am.
good afternoon, everyone. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, can you hear my voice?
Okay, ma'am. Now
Okay, thank you very much. So, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm really feel honored because this invitation. And now, we are going to come to our presentation or our lecture. But before we go there, it's not good. But if I don't introduce myself to you all, guys, my name is Atika Kumala, and you can call me Miss Atika. And you can search my LinkedIn through Atika Kumala Dewi, as easy as like that. Now, I'm being in charge this person to give you all about the lecture under the title Choosing Best Journals for research publication. Okay. Can you see it, guys? Can you see it? Oh, wait a moment. I think it's not really work. Okay. Can you see it, guys? For my slide and my voice, can you hear it? Okay. So now we are going to learn about choosing the journal for research publication. As we all know, guys, that there are so many research journal in this world. Like they need to give they provide a lot of journal with easy publication, but in the last the what is that the result is not as our expectation, so that's why this research disappeared because of that kind of consideration that there are so many journals are not sweet or are not good as the publication, whether it is for their index journal and all also for the editorial board and also the reviewer. So I think we need to learn more then that and so that we will not we will not be like a light or something like we can take advantage from this today's presentation. Okay, so first of all we need to adhere to the principles of research integrity and publication ethics. My professor in or Universitas Negeri Malang ever said that um, research, uh, being professor or being a higher educational stakeholders are not really important. If we are the academician, we are the lecturer, we are the scientist, but we just what is that? We just do it our process in a wrong way, like we pay a lot of money to be a very fast track publication, then it's not really good. I mean, it's not really appropriate and proper for the academician of our scientists. The sense of the scientists or academicians are in the process to reach it. So we suggest you, or we as all as academician or research or knowledge seekers, we need to be as honest as possible. Start from our data collection, maybe our writings, our consideration, also our data analysis, discussion until conclusion, until we publish it. We need to be as honest as possible because we are the knowledge research. We are not in the business field. That's why. The second one, identify journals that follow best practices promoted by professional scholarly publishing organization. Again, I think when we just expect our expectation and we have done for our honest review or honest research, but at the end we just got um, not really good journal, then uh, the board or the committee don't really give us our expectation. So I think it's really hard. That's why we need to follow their best practices. We need to sometimes we need to download some of their articles that have been published by them. So we analyze that this the previous articles before our publication is good or not. We need to analyze it. That's why I think uh, a preliminary study on on the article by downloading them is really needed in this kind of investigation. I think before we decide to send our manuscript to the board or editorial board. So and the third one is avoiding publishing in journals that do not have a clearly stated and rigorous peer review process. I'm sure that some of you or most of you, even most of you here ever knew or ever met or sometimes met that there's so many editorial board or reviewers. They provide or they promote their article with a very fast track review. I think it's not good because the sense of the knowledge again, because we are in the knowledge field, so the sense of the knowledge, I think, is not that fast if the editorial board or the reviewers give you announcement that um, this manuscript will be published if you pay a lot of money in to our members or to our editorial board. So if you got like that or if you got such kind of that announcement, it means that you need to be careful, really, really careful. Again, because we are academician, because we are scientists and researchers, we need to spirit it between a business need and also scientific scientific needs. My personal view that in scientific needs or in scientific what is that running or a scientific process, it is a must. It is a must for us to have at least 3 months until 6 months of review process. If that is under 3 months or 6 months, it means that we need to be careful. We need to be a question what happened with the editorial board, why they're so greedy with the money, why they're so greedy with our articles, that we need to be careful really. Okay? First, what is scientific rigors? What scientific rigors is the key of indicator quality in the scientific rigor of the publication published in the journals. When considering publishing in a new or unfamiliar journal, begin with the review of publication published over the past few years to access details such the purpose of the research design and methodology, the data analysis, results, and discussion, all of which lend insight as to scientific quality. Tables and figures should be clearly marked, eligible, and appropriate for the data. References should be comprehensive and current, and the procedure used by the journal for ensuring scientific rigor during the peer review process also lend insight as to commitment to scientific rigors. Plagiarism checks using software such as Turnitin.com, using different statistical testing to confirm the data validity and applying forensic tools to detect image manipulate are examples of practices that reputable journals follow to ensure the scientific rigors. We need again I we can compare the practice of the research journal publication practice here in Indonesia. Sometimes we as the scientists or the editorial board or the researchers, before the we come to the conclusion about the research journal publication, sometimes we check them by this kind of Turnitin.com or any other plagiarism checker tools. And then if we found that the tables or the figures is um, familiar with the other researchers or with the other what is that like with the others creation, we can send to the editorial board or we can send to the government uh, by their educational ministry or ministry of education. We can send them email, something like that. So I think it's also it's also applied to the international practice that we can send the what is that the copy image or figures or tables that we think that this the figure or the tables or the pictures are taken from the other researchers or from the other previous publications, something like that. So again, check and recheck are so very important before we come to our conclusion to publish our research, because in the process of research is are so difficult and so hard, I'm sure. But if we wrong or we yeah if we are wrong to submit it in the wrong journals, I think it will be nothing for our process. That's why we need to be really, really careful and critis. Okay? The next one, editorial quality. Editorial quality noted in publication, including editorial, can provide clues as journal quality. Misspelling, grammar, punctuation errors, or lack of clarity and comprehensiveness in writing is indicative of a lack of editorial insight and reviewer commitment. These clues may signal to a journal that is not appropriate for publication. Moreover, in our publication, titles and abstracts themselves can also be revealing as to editorial quality. A title that is not descriptive or an abstract that needs to be read more than once may be a warning sign. Again, before we come up to the conclusion, then okay, this is a good journal. We come up with the final execution to send our, before we come up to our final execution, then we need to download some of their publication of or their previous research publication, and we analyze it by their spelling, their grammar, punctuation error. Are there so many errors we found, something like that? If yes, that means that that is a sign that we need to be more careful, or moreover we can cancel to send our manuscript to the editorial board, something like that. Okay, and then peer review process. After we screen that by that kind of method, now we come to the review process. Transparency as to peer review process is a benchmark of the quality. A reputable journal will fully disclose the peer review process, including criteria used for peer review process, selection of reviews, and the type of the reviews, time frames for the peer review, and how the peer review process is handled by the editorial board. Additional details such as how conflicts of interest are handled confidentially and other ethical standards for peer review process should also be available from the website. If you don't find this kind of settings or this kind of announcement, it means that you need to be careful to publish in that kind of journal. Okay, because this one is so important in our publication. We need to have a clarity, we need to have a confirmation right from their appropriate, or right from their affiliable journal website. Okay, next one. This one is about ethics. I'm sure every countries must have the scientific ethics. Then they come up with a rule, or even though with a law, something like that. So a quality journal will include information as to issues such as plagiarism, conflicts of interest, internal review board approval, informed consent, human animal subject research, confidentiality, fraud, is salami or segmented publication, ghost authorship, data and image manipulation, and other ethical consideration. A journal should include information as to the ethics on the journal websites, what their expectations are of the authors, and how they address these issues. Ethics is more about attitude, the attitude of the attitude from being a researchers or a scientist, something like that. So this one are super important. I can say it's super important because, yeah, again, the scientist soul is full of the honesty. That's why we need to have this kind of ethics. Okay. Editorial board members. Again, this one is also important because we need to have a clarification, and also not clarification, I think we need to have an announcement about editorial board members. A review of the journal editorial board can reveal valuable insight as to the quality of the journal. Editorial board members should be known as established expert in the field related to the aim on the scope of the journal, affiliated with known institution, and hold appropriate academic credentials. Contact information for editorial staff should be more available. If the information is missing from the journal websites, of if there is no contact information for the editorial board members, additional review is recommended before submitting a manuscript peer review. If you think that you found like there is missing in the website, you can as easy as contact the editorial board members. But if you cannot find any kind of contact person of their availability, it means that again you need to be careful and you need to be you need to consider again about your conclusion or your um, or on your choice to choose the journals to for your research paper. Now we come to journal reputation or business model. Like I said before, that we need to spirit between the journal reputation and business model, because scientific models and also business scientific model and business one cannot be mix each other. If you think that the APC, or the we can call it as the ticket to publish your research journal, are so expensive, it means that you need to be a question. It needs to be a question whether it is a business purpose or it is a scientific convenient place for our research journal. Let's check it out together. The reputation of a journal includes the publisher of the journals and societal organization that sponsors the journal, the aim of scope, mission statement, among others criteria. The publisher of a journal and sponsorship society can lend strong credence to the quality of the journal. The aim and scope should be clearly stated, and other information such as a mission statement or sponsorship organizations help to assess the reputation of the journal. The business of the business model of reputation journal should be evident, and if there are some fees for publication, the fees should be clearly stated on the journal websites. In other words, there should be no surprise fees after submission or manuscript for peer review. So just be careful with your money, your time, and also your brain. Okay, we come on. Um, Wait a moment. Oh, we still okay. Author rights and copyright. The journal policy is though author rights and copyright is another benchmark of the quality of the journals. Copyright is a bundle of rights and that allows authors to use to disseminate, display, to modify and work in any medium up until 20 years ago, the author routinely transferred all rights to their work to the journal publisher upon the publication. Many journals allow authors generous fees of the work after publication. In some instances, will allow authors to retain full right to work. Authors are advised to anticipate any future uses for their publications before selecting a journal and signing a copyright agreement for it. About industrial status, this one is also important, whether it is indexed by Scopus Web of Science or any other, let's check it together. Authors want their research to be discoverable and read by others, of course. A quality journal will be indexed by major bibliographic and citation databases such as Elsevier Scopus and EMBASE, Clarified Analytics, Web of Science, Cumulative Index for Allied and Health Literature, or CINAHL, and others. So we need to check it by their own journal checking. Okay? Next, impact factor scores. Authors often use various journal impact factor scores as a criteria for selecting a journal. The Journal Citizen Reports Journal, or we can say it GCR impact factor score, was developed in early 1960s for selection for journals in Web of Science citation databases and as an acquisition tool for libraries. The GCR impact factor score evolved over the years to be associated with identifying high impact journals for publication. Now we come there. Invitation to publish a manuscript or submit an abstract to a conference. Also, this one is so important because, yeah, again, we need to, um, what is that? Publish as good as possible, right? One of them we can consider to publish a manuscript or submit an abstract to a conference because sometimes a conference relating uh, or it relates to the reputable publication journal because here in Indonesia we often found a conference relating to the very reputable journal publication, something like that. So I think this one is also considerable. We are aware of many email solicitations for journal publications or invitations to submit an abstract for a conference, and in some cases, including invitation to speak at the conferences. These emails are usually generic in the nature and contain styled or archaic language. Unrealistic promises are made such as acceptance of publication within hours and publication within days. Some emails include phrases such as "lets us know how much you can afford" towards the article processing charges. We can analyze from the timeline they are reviewing. If it is just counted by if we can count it by hours, by days, it means that it's not really good journal or it's not really good conference to join or to submit for our manuscript. And also we can analyze as language scientists, I can say we can also analyze how the way they are writing, like this one. Let us know how much you can afford. It means that if in the formal language when we are writing our emails, we are forbidden to say without subject, like let us. It means that we it's not it's impolite to order someone else by saying let us. It should be we would like to know, something like that. That's why what I need to pinpoint here is we can also analyze with from their language. If their language is just as our common daily communication, it means that it's not good. I mean, it's not impolite for the researchers or for the invitation, something like that. I think that's all. If there's question, I give back to the moderator. Thank you very much for the moderator for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention, learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is one more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we'll be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Yeah, no, no. That's it.
Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we will webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, our first question is what are the appropriate topic article for editorial?
Thank you, May and Nakario Odino. I think the appropriate topic or article for editorial board we can analyze from their previous publication. That's why I have said in my previous slide or my previous discussion that we need to analyze their previous publication first. What are their interests? What are their topics to interest to publish something like that. So I think it's very important. It's not only focus on our article, but also we need to focus on or we need to analyze their previous publication for us. Then that's why um, in the what is that, submission, we are not wrong to submit our article to the journals, because each journal, or yeah, each journal has their own interest, has their own purpose. It's not good, it's not all journals have the same purpose. So that's why, by downloading their articles, I think it's a good a good start to consider about our research publication, something like that. I hope it answers your question. Thank you, Miss May Ann Hekario Odeno.
Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional goals. Honorable Ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and new day. And thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. See you later, guys. Bye bye.
IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most effective and powerful part of our webinar. After a short video, we listed our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz competition. IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of the our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Certification instruction. Step 1. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure you present on our website. Step 2. Find a learning session and get enrolled. Step 3. After watching and completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Step 4. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz passing mark 80%. Step 5. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Step 6. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Certification instruction. Step 1. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Sign up or sign in. Step 2. Find a running session and get enrolled. Step 3. After watching and completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Step 4. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz passing mark 80%. Step 5. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Step 6. Download your full certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Participation process. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. For some technical problems, we cannot continue our quiz from our website. So to join our quiz, you have to go to www.slido.com, and today quiz code is 2106540. After a short video, we will start our quiz session.
ভাইয়া কষ্ট করে লাইট গুলো দেন তো, লাইটের সুইচ গুলো দেন। ওই যে ওই চারটে লাইটের সুইচ। না না, এই পাশের চারটা, হ্যাঁ এগুলো চারোটা দেন। আর একটা কাজ করেন, আপনি একা পারবেন, নাহলে আসিফ ভাই আসলে করেন। ফিল্টারটা একটু টেবিলের উপর তুলে দেন, ওইখানে ছোট টেবিলটা। হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে। আপনি কি এখন রেগুলার অফিস করবেন না? With 13 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is, when choosing source for your research, you should look for the best photographers. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 2 is the right answer and 65% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim Ara is holding the first position. Our next question is, research articles from academic journal are probably the best source for a literature review. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 2 is the right answer and 76% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our third question is, what is the best solution for choosing a research question for practically actions research? Option 1, when a community group research the researcher. Option 2, when the researcher approach community group. Option 1 is the right answer and 42% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position. Our fourth question is, who could help choose a book? What would be best for a research project? Option 1, librarian. Option 2, doctor. Option 1 is the right answer and 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position. Our fifth question is, what is the best reason for choosing a particular service research or showing opportunity? Option 1, it is easy to do and can be done quickly. Option 2, you care and are interested about it. Option 2 is the right answer and 53% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position. Our sixth question is, what factor is not important when choosing the best book to use for research? Option 1, can I read it? Option 2, do I like the cover? Option 2 is the right answer and 95% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position. Our seventh question is, before choosing the best car for the money, Sue had to be dash and research expert options. Option 1, Kendra. Option 2, reconstruct. Option 2 is the right answer and 95% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position. Our eighth question is, when choosing a source for research, it is best that you choose one that is what? Option 1, official. Option 2, familiar. Option 1 is the right answer. 78% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Kingo is holding the first position. Our ninth question is, what is the best reason for choosing the particle approach to a mixed method research? Option 1, for the benefits of using both quality and quantitative data. Option 2, to seek new research. Option 2 is the right answer, and 5% people are right here. Our last and final question is, when choosing the best summary in a passage, you should look for option 1 many details, option 2 many ideas. Option 2 is the right answer. 89% people are right here. So congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seeker for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.